Flo's father is my Uncle Storm?
Yes. Your uncle. Can you believe it?
That's why I feel so connected. We're related.
Hope is your cousin.
Once again, I am so sorry.
Oh no, it's
your
fine.
blouse.
It's fine. It's basically dry.
God, I can't believe how clumsy I am sometimes.
I think maybe you were given a little push. Oh, you think our brother is playing tricks on us?
Well, he did get us talking about him, right?
It's true. I think about Storm every day. I guess we haven't talked about him in a while, and that's a shame. We need to make sure that our brother's memory never dies.
So these acquisitions are actually ready to go. You give me the okay and I'll pull the trigger.
What are you talking about? We nixed these deals weeks ago.
But yeah, when I thought we were going into the fashion business. Now we can reallocate those funds into ventures that will actually make us money. I'm talking about a lot of money. I have a prospectus for each of those deals. If you look at the numbers, you're not listening. I said a lot of money.
Yeah, well, of course. I'm all about it.
Yeah, but you're not here. You're not focusing. Your mind is elsewhere. Is it your family, your kids? Oh, I see that little smile. Let me guess. Is it Katie?
I am thinking about Logan, but it definitely isn't Katie.
Storm took such good care of us. We need to make sure that we take care of his memory. I can't let anyone forget how important he was to our family.
You and Will remind us of that every day.
Well, no one is closer to Storm than I am, but he's really a part of all of us. Our history, our values. He gave me his heart, but what he really wanted was to know that we were going to be there for each other. We have to make sure that Hope and the next generation of Logans carries on the legacy that Storm left us.
So, Storm, my uncle is your father, so... Flo, that means we're cousins. I know. It's absolutely crazy.
Wait, you knew? Of course you knew. You got the email too. You saw the results. I mean, you guys must be in shock here. Your family.
I just, I didn't know that the DNA test was going to give me back a name. You know, you said that probably wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, and your mom confirmed it. Hi, I'm Shauna. I know this is a crazy way to meet somebody. Your aunt, I guess.
I am Hope. I'm sorry. I don't really know what to say.
I think we're all feeling really off balance. There was a little confusion earlier, but then the results came in.
Can I see?
Yeah.
Stephen Storm Logan Jr. You know what this means? You're Logan.
Well, you definitely can use a drink, can't you?
Tell me that they're wrong, man. That you're not this girl's father.
You better start drawing up another new will.
Seriously, Dollar Bill?
Oh, I got my boy hook, line, and sinker there, didn't I? No, I'm not the dad.
Don't laugh.
Why can't I laugh? I thought you liked worrying about me.
Yeah, I was more worried about Wyatt. My God, if you were his girlfriend's father.
Ooh, his high school girlfriend. Ooh. Imagine sitting in on those therapy sessions. Not to mention the bill.
Yeah, you can joke now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we dodged a bullet today.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm not the dad.
But Shauna thought you were.
Well, I was definitely on the list, and believe me, she wanted me at the top of it.
See you over there playing it cool, but it definitely had you shook.
Yeah, well, you know, maybe a little bit. But now I'm just a bystander. And let me tell you something. It's going to be a hell of a show.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Well, remember earlier you asked me if I had something on my mind?
Yeah, but you were talking about the Logan sisters. They don't have anything to do with this.
Really? Well, wait till you find out who this girl's dad really is.
Storm. He'll always be a part of our lives. In our memories, and in the stories that we tell our children.
Well, some of those stories might have to wait until Will is a little bit older.
Well, you could tell them the funny ones, like when we were kids. Remember the fake spider that Stormy used to scare us with?
Yes.
Or that time that he saved all of his lawn mowing money to buy me that party dress.
Oh. How about the times that he held us together as a family? He was really there for us. Those are the stories that I tell my children. How generous he was and how compassionate.
That's what I tell Will, too. I want him to know how much his uncle loved us and wanted to protect us. But Storm wasn't a saint. He was complicated. People praised his sense of justice, and that's what made him a good lawyer, but it weighed on him.
Well, towards the end, yes, he definitely had some hard times.
But he never stopped loving his family. He cared about us so much. More than himself.
I would never have wanted him to do what he did. I would never have allowed him to do what he did if I had known. But I wouldn't be here if it weren't for him. And I wouldn't have my son. So I have a responsibility to Storm. I have a responsibility to live my best life. Because he gave up his life for me. And I have to experience all of the happiness and joy that he gave up. I can't help but wonder what his life would have been. What kind of future he would have had.
I have so many questions.
I'm sorry I didn't give you any answers, baby.
Did you know about this? Did you know this the whole time? You could have told me that Stephen Logan was my father?
No, I didn't. Please understand, at that time of my life, I was out on my own, meeting people and having a good time, and there were a few men in my life, and none of them were serious, and when I found out I was pregnant, I didn't know which one. But I knew I wanted to be your mom, and that we'd have each other, and that's all that mattered. So when you would ask me about your father, I honestly didn't know who your father was until you got the DNA results.
And look, I know we should have waited until you were with us, but your mom wanted to see the results, and
And we were all together when Wyatt got the email.
I don't blame you for doing the test. Your father has been such a mystery, and now it's been solved.
the Logans are good people, Flo.
I know they are. I know. You're one of us.
Well, you're a Harvard man. So come on, genius, put it together. Figure it out.
Come on, Spencer Reedy. Save the freaking magic tricks and guessing games for Will, okay?
Will you humor me?
Look, I don't care who the girl's father is as long as it's not you.
I want you to play with me. Okay? We're gonna have a little fun. I'm gonna give you a hint. Okay. This doesn't happen much in LA, but when the weatherman is predicting lightning and thunder, it is a
Typhoon.
No, we don't have typhoons here. What's wrong with you?
Okay, what? A tempest, a squall, a monsoon. I don't know.
A storm.
Okay, so?
I'm not Flo's daddy. It's Storm. Storm Logan.
Storm could have done anything with his life.
Become a judge, got married, had kids.
He always talked about having a family, how he would do things differently, and what kind of father he would be.
Well, he did a pretty good job raising all of us.
Still, it's not the same as having his own children.
He was just filling in, making up for what we lost when Dad left us.
Dad regrets that. It's just talking about this reminds me of, when I was with Dad in Dallas a few years ago. We were doing this family tree, this DNA test. Mm-hmm. The one that you map out your family history. And, well, the results came back and surprise, we're European. But we were doing the family tree portion and uploading photos. And I turned to Dad and he just started breaking down. He felt so guilty, leaving us. What it did to Storm especially. It was so hard to see him like that.
Storm was devoted to us. And he would have been devoted to his own family as well. I mean, he had a reputation for being fierce, but we saw his compassion, his tenderness.
He would have made such a good father. Such a good husband.
And he really did want that.
Which is why remembering him and talking about him, as much as I miss him, it's hard. It makes me sad. He gave up his future for me. In that terrible moment, he gave up ever having a family or a child of his own.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say right now.
I'm so sorry, baby.
You don't have anything to be sorry about, Mom.
I should have been honest with you. I didn't know how to explain it. I mean, how do you tell your little girl that you don't know who her daddy was? And there weren't too many great guys in my past. I never wanted to talk about it. But Storm, he was such a good, kind-hearted man. And I have to believe if he knew about you, he would have been a devoted, loving father.
It's true. My mother and her sisters tell such wonderful stories about him. Uncle Storm was an incredible man. Was? I'm so sorry, Flo, but he passed away. What? My father's dead?
He is.
Yeah.
Uncle Storm died years ago. He's gone? I guess I realized that always could have been a possibility. I just hoped that if I ever did find my dad, then I'd be able to meet him, spend some time with him, just see if I could see myself in him, not just how we look, but, hear his voice, see him smile and laugh. I thought I'd be able to get to know him a little bit. Well, his sisters, our aunts, they adored him. And they still do. And they make sure that his memory lives on through their children. They never let them forget just what an amazing man he was. He had such an impact on our family. And if Beth were still with me, I'd tell her all about him. I'm still trying to wrap my head around all this. I can only imagine what you're feeling right now to have this bombshell dropped on you, to finally figure out who your father is, only to learn that he died. But Flo, his family is here. The people who knew him and who cared about him the most. We're your family now. I mean, I just figured out that I have another cousin. And Aaron was thinking we were just gonna be friends, but, you know, we're so much more than that. We're gonna be a part of each other's lives forever.
Storm Logan?
What are the chances?
I don't believe it.
Well, I'm sure his sister was going to say the same thing.
Yeah, he was their hero.
Look, I don't know what Storm was like, you know, back when he was with Shauna, but the guy I know about was pretty messed up.
Yeah, I heard he had issues. He lived for his sisters. I mean, he died to keep Katie alive.
Yeah, he did. Giving Katie his heart changed so many lives. I mean, what an incredibly selfless act. I have Will because of Storm. He's the reason that Katie and I have a child. And now Shauna Fulton could say the same thing.
Stormy wouldn't want us to be sad talking about him like this.
That's true. He would want us to brag about him. Let's be honest. He enjoyed our adoration.
Yeah, and he certainly did get a lot of that from us.
Yeah.
Well, he would have gotten a lot more from his wife and his kids. And he would have been totally devoted to them. They would have brought out the best in him. It's just such a shame he didn't have a family. Because any son or daughter of Storm's would have been one lucky kid.
You were too kind to just accept me like that. You've been just as kind to me. You know, when I think about the concern that you've shown towards me and my loss, I mean, your compassion has meant so much to me.
It's more than that.
I know, you're right. And I felt that the moment that we met, and I didn't understand it at the time because we were complete strangers. But we weren't.
I was trying to tell you that we weren't.
And I see now, and I understand what you were trying to say. And you even said, once you told me the truth, that I would look at you in a completely different way. And you were even worried that I might get angry at you. But Flo, how could I? This is amazing. You were just trying to tell me the truth.
I was trying to tell you the truth.
And I get it. You know, there's nothing to be afraid of. This bond that we've felt, how we've been able to be so open with each other. I mean, you were right. We shared this connection all along. You know, we were never really strangers. You're a Logan, Flo. It's incredible. I mean, it's such a surprise. Out of all the people, you're my cousin. You were trying to tell me, and it was something important, something that you needed to say, and I understand now. We're family. So this is your big secret.